I believe one of the most difficult decisions that you need to take when you are starting an application or a startup is what to build. And I believe most of people take this completely wrong because they start with an idea. They think that an idea is enough to start their application. So in this video, I will explain you how you can find software as a service ideas or startup ideas. If you are new in the channel, my name is Justo. I'm building 12 apps in 1 year and I'm sharing the whole journey of building apps. This challenge born because I was creating my first app a couple of years ago and it was a complete disaster. I didn't know where to start and I didn't know anything about startups. So I proposed myself, why not building 12 apps in 1 year, building 12 tiny experiments and see what happens. So, but coming back to where we were, first of all, I believe there are like two different paths that you can take to start building your startup and start building your application. The first one is by starting to develop any kind of application, any kind of software as a service. If you search on YouTube how to build an application or how to build a software as a service, you will find like thousands and thousands of YouTube videos. You can pick a project and start developing that project. Once you start programming, you will find that from that project, there are a lot of issues and a lot of things that you can solve. So those things that you can solve are potential ideas to build a startup or to build a software as a service to solve that issue. The most painful, the problem is the highest opportunity that you have. The best the opportunity is to start creating it, to start developing the app. It's not the same creating an app that saves an entrepreneur $1,000 that creating an app that saves an entrepreneur obviously $1 million. So I believe that's the first path, and that's one of the paths that I used to take. Now the second path is taking a look at the top 10 companies, the companies that are making the most money or have been making the largest amount of money over the last couple of months or the last month, and pay attention closely to the problem that they are solving. And once you find the problem that they are solving, you can create the same app but for a very specific audience. Because what's the problem? The thing is that if you create the exact same app, you will start competing with all those large companies that have thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to spend on marketing and ads. So you need to differentiate yourself from the competition. You need to not compete with them. And the way to do that is by niching down, by selecting one specific audience and one specific problem. If you're a creative person, the first path will be easier for you. Now, if you don't want to spend, if you don't want to spend time ideating anything, or developing any application, you can choose the second path. Don't be lazy. You have the AI. Take a look at the top 10 companies, and you will find them. I believe we usually have this misconception of needing to have the perfect idea or the perfect application to start, but it's completely different. You need to be creative, and you don't need to find the perfect idea. You need to find a painful problem and start developing the app based on that problem. The more painful the problem is, the easy that will be to find an audience for that problem, to find users for that application. So in conclusion, the first path, you develop an app and you start paying attention to the problems that you have on that app. The second path, you find the top 10 companies and you develop the exact same application but for a very small audience. Now you might think, okay, but if I develop an application for a small audience, I won't grow. No, but it's completely different. If you develop the application for a small audience, you will differentiate yourself from the competition, and in that way you will be able to grow because that people will recommend you to a broader audience, and that's when you start growing your software. Now, if this video helped you, it would help me a lot if you subscribe to the channel and hit the like button so we can keep reaching new people. Now, by the way, if you want to develop a software as a service and you don't know where to start or you need help with your software, you can book a one-on-one call. I will leave you the link on the comments section. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you on the next video.